Welcome back, everyone, to the Rooted Lifestyle Podcast. We are your hosts, Camryn and Justus Woods.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back. So if you listened to our last episode, we talked about nutrition and the different, pillars to answering the question of, I want to get healthy, but where do I start? So the last episode, we focused mainly on nutrition and the foods that you should limit and the foods that you should incorporate into your diet. But this episode, we will be covering the last two pillars of health, which we see as exercise and recovery.
Yes, absolutely. Both of those are very, very important, just like nutrition is, because they're pretty much the foundation of your health and your lifestyle. So we just really wanted to make a part 2, and we're super excited about this one. So let's get into it.
Yeah. So what this episode is not, this is not an episode about workout splits. We have that in a separate episode, so you can go back and watch that. What this episode is more about is the foundational pieces of exercise that you need in order to start getting healthy. So kind of the bare minimum or the foundation that you would need to start your health journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So just like Justus said, this is basically a building block so that you can continue to build your endurance, build your strength, build your cardiovascular health, and just live a healthier lifestyle.
Yep.
And I know that exercise, especially for women, can be super intimidating. Like, I know for myself, I didn't come into lifting weights up until a couple of years ago. Like, I would come home from school or on the weekends, whatever. I would just go downstairs and get on the elliptical for like 10 minutes and be like, oh, there's my workout for the week. Like, that's all that I would do.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I've truly done a 180 when it comes to health and fitness. And I just think exercise has truly changed my life because it doesn't just make you feel better and look better and feel more confident, but it truly like changes your mindset. You're releasing those endorphins. You're feeling healthier. You're more active. You're just overall healthier. So it's great.
Overall
it's
better. Yeah.
Really inspiring. But yes, so it's important to remember that everyone started somewhere. And so I think the key is just to start.
Exactly. And it can be a little bit discouraging at times because I feel like health in particular is a journey it's always moving. And even with us, like we're still wanting to grow and develop in certain areas, not seeing results in certain areas. So don't get discouraged if you don't see results early on. It's a process. And I promise you, if you stick to it, you're going to end up seeing those results. But the key there is to just start somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfectly said. So let's get straight into it. The first foundational piece that we thought was very important: getting in daily steps. I know this sounds super simple. And honestly, I think it's all the hype right now. People have walking pads. People go on hot girl walks or whatever you want to call it.
And with all the different apps and stuff that you have like your Apple Watch or a Garmin or Aura, you can keep track of like your steps and stuff. So it's now more than ever, there are tangible ways in order for you to like make sure that you get your steps in.
Yeah. So the goal that we're saying is 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. 10,000, I would say, is a general goal for just a Healthline basis that people have discovered and studied. But we do understand people have jobs. And so we thought 8,000 would be okay. Me personally, since I've been doing this for a while, I'm trying to hit 12K. Me and a couple girls are like challenging ourselves every single day to get 12K steps a day. And so I just wear my Apple Watch or my phone and I just track it on that. But we just think that is so important. And starting somewhere, this is the perfect place to start because physical activity and exercise doesn't have to always be like your high intensity interval training, your circuit training, you're maxing out on reps and sprints and all this crazy, scary stuff. So just start by walking. I think that it's great because there's so many health benefits. I mean, it can increase your cardiovascular fitness, strengthen your bones, reduce excess body fat, and boost muscular power along with endurance. Walking is very important. I love walking. I do it all the time. Walk on the treadmill, walk outside, get fresh air, whatever you're feeling.
So Camryn actually wanted us to get a walking pad.
So badly. I still want one. We have a standing desk.
First of all, I don't know when you'd use a walking pad because you don't work from home. You are a trainer, so you work at the studios.
Yes, but only a couple hours a day. Like when I'm home and
you write your sequences. And
sequencing though, I guess I don't do at my computer. I
sequencing,
do that, like,
you do it physically. So I don't know. You're checking,
editing my vlogs,
editing your vlogs. You
checking Instagram.
Yeah, checking Twitter, checking. Actually, you don't have a Twitter.
Yeah, I don't have a Twitter. It's just TikTok or Instagram.
But I said that getting a walking pad, I don't particularly love it just because
you've never tried it.
It's hard for me to both walk and think at the same time. Even we have a standing desk right now and I have a standing desk, and sometimes when I'm thinking really hard about something, I actually have to put the standing desk down because I can't think and stand at the same time. That's
the drama. I totally think I could do it. I would be standing there, walking on the walking pad, editing vlogs, reading a book. Literally, I could be watching TV and I could have the walking pad right there and just walk. Gotta get the steps in,
we
babe.
might invest in it.
We probably won't.
Probably not. Additionally, to kind of the foundation of those 8 to 10,000 steps, you want to be getting about 150 minutes of exercise a week with a mix of either, cardio and strength training. So according to the Mayo Clinic for optimal cardiovascular health, it recommends at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic activity. So zones 1 to 3, of activity. So we talked about different zones of cardio, different zones of activity in a previous episode. Again, I believe it was the hybrid training episode. So go back and watch that just to kind of get a full debrief of what those zones are if you want to hear about those in more detail. But just to kind of give a brief overview of what those zones are, they're basically a representative of a percentage of your max heart rate. So zone 1 is a very low percentage of your max heart rate, whereas zone 5 is kind of, like the 90 to 100% of your max heart rate. But essentially what you want to do is get roughly 150 minutes of exercise within those 1 to 3 zones a week. So that can look like running, that can look like lifting, that could look like walking. You just essentially want to get those in. So that looks like maybe 30 minutes every day for 5 days, or maybe even 45 minutes for 3 days. Just any way you want to break that up during the week to give yourself that 150 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And so we'll break it down just a little bit, cover the baselines. So what is zone 1? That is something as easy as walking. You're doing this, but you're able to do it for a long time. You can hold a steady conversation. Like you're in this, but you're not exerting an increasing amount of exercise or whatever.
Or energy.
So thank you. So zone 2 is a little bit more. So it could still be a walk, maybe more of a power walk, a light jog, maybe a slight form of cycling, biking outside, but it's somewhere that you are when you can talk, but you can't truly carry a conversation because you are exerting that energy. So that's zone 2. Zone 3, you're a little bit more intense. So this could be your strength training. This could be a run. This could be a more intense jog. So longer runs, strength training, all of that comes into play with zone 3.
So if you want to get more benefits in less time, you may want to try doing 75 minutes of kind of aerobic activity in zones 3 to 4. So Camryn mentioned zone 3, kind of you start to enter into your strength training where you're exerting more energy, or maybe like your longer runs or maybe your faster runs where you're exerting more energy and you can't really hold those conversations. And for zone 4 is like your HIIT style workouts or circuit training. Mm-hmm. Our friends and I actually do like a circuit Sunday every Sunday where we do like different types of circuits. So we do like ski erg, we do echo bike, we do jumping lunges, y'all, we do sled pushes.
I'm
and
in zone
pulls.
5 in that thing. I can't breathe when we're doing it. I literally can't.
Though that's a tangible example of like a zone 4 zone 4 activity where,
and we only do it once a week.
We do it about once a week, sometimes twice a week, where you're exerting extreme amount of energy, very, very intensely. So whether that's for a short period of time, like bursts of like HIIT, or whether that's more like stretched out, or maybe you're doing sled pushes, sled pulls, things like that.
I hate those things. Hate those things.
If you want to do something like try sled pushes, one thing that, and this is a complete sidebar, but trying out more functional types of movements can also benefit you on your joints and your bones, and just it's just more helpful for everyday life. There's some people who may have kind of the inclination to kind of go straight into like just the normal back squats or the normal bench press, but there's a lot of benefit in functional movements like sled pulls, sled pushes, weighted lunges, things where you're actually like moving your body in a way that like extends and bends your joints a little bit more. So
for sure.
Sidebar, but
And then zone 5.
Yes, zone 5 is basically like your 1 rep max or your all out sprint. Usually you're not doing that in a given week. Maybe you have like a PR week where you're hitting your max and you do.
And like athletes do this.
Or athletes do this as well. When you're like running sprints and you're on the last sprint, you basically are going till failure. So that's not something that I would recommend or we would recommend incorporating every week. But if you're at that stage, then maybe that's something that you incorporate as you kind of build up to that like peak week of exerting all your energy, whether that's through running or lifting or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's awesome. So we're not going to get into like the nitty gritty of this, but we came up with maybe an example for someone who wants to work out during the week, but doesn't know how to split this up with all the zones and all the bodies and the muscles and all that stuff. It's kind of confusing. So we gave an example of Monday, you can lift. So you're in that zone 3 exercise. You could do upper body. Let's say you do upper body lift Monday. Tuesday, a light run, hitting that zone 2, fast walk, maybe cycling, who knows. Wednesday, still back in zone 3, you're lifting. Maybe this time you go for lower body. Thursday, you're in zone 1. So maybe a long walk, making sure you're getting that 8 to 10. Maybe this time you do 12 since you're only doing that on Thursday. And then Friday can be your crazy circuit training if you want to hit zones 3 to 4. And then resting on the weekends. But we also understand people are too tired during the week, or they just don't want to wake up earlier, go to bed later because they prioritize sleep, and they may not want to work out at all during the week. So there is a way to do this over the weekends. It's just like a little more vigorous because it is kind of a timed thing, but there are so many ways to be active outside. Go play pickleball with your friends, go play basketball with your friends, go on a long walk or run with a friend. Go bowling, go do anything.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know about bowling if that's
well, that stretches your one arm.
Stretches your arm and your fingers.
Okay, maybe don't go bowling.
But yes, that's a good point that, exercise on the weekends and exercise maybe in general during the weekday of like just going out playing with your friends, competing with your friends is a way of getting that, zone 3, maybe even zone 4 cardio. And you probably do it. It's probably a lot more fun because I know that we have so much fun playing pickleball now. And definitely. I'm like drenched in sweat. Like when you actually legitimately play a game of pickleball, you're moving side to side and you kind of have that lateral movement.
I'm not that good.
You're new. Let's just say you're new. You're not bad. You're new, and we're learning. So if anybody has any tips for us for pickleball,
send them my way.
Send them our way. Maybe we'll eventually do an episode on pickleball when we become pickleball
Literally,
pros.
what would we talk about?
The correct form.
The backhand.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. We're insane. Get back on track.
But yes, finding other forms of activity to kind of cover your basis of those 150 minutes can be a fun way to kind of get in the exercise
and
that you need.
Keep it fun. Like find different exercises, even in the sense of maybe you try Pilates this month, maybe next month you try bar, maybe the next you try yoga, maybe the next you try boxing. There's so many fun ways to get in movement, and it is so insanely important.
Yep. So why is working out different ways important? So essentially the same way that, we talked about nutrition, that eating different foods provide different health benefits. They have different vitamins, different nutrients. They have different things that they do for your body. Same way goes for exercise. So different exercises provide different things for your body. So, like cardio provides more stamina, more endurance, more cardiovascular health, while strength training provides more muscle growth, more burning of body fat. So they complement each other to help you have a more complete and comprehensive overall health. So it's important not to just think that, if I just do one thing, then I cover my bases of being healthy, because then you're kind of limiting and shorting yourself on all the other things that you can be doing to grow and optimize your body, because you can't just do one thing.
Right. Absolutely. I think that's so good. Yeah. So are we good on the topic of exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's talk about the other topic that's right there with it, recovery.
The dreaded recovery.
Important.
This is humbling to talk about, because I don't do this as much as I should.
You don't, but that's okay. So practical tip.
Yeah.
Everybody needs, if you're trying to work out every single day, you need to at least take one day of rest.
Yeah. This
rest could be an active rest day, so you go on a long walk, but you're truly staying in zone 1. You are not exerting yourself in any way. So important for your body. Your body, each muscle group needs 24 to 48 hours of full rest and recovery in order to repair its muscles, because when you're working out and strength training, you're ripping those muscles.
Yep.
So they repair stronger, which is great, but they do need time to repair themselves. So making sure that you have a rest day, or if you're only working on the weekends, making sure you're going on like those longer walks during the week and not working the same muscle groups both Saturday and Sunday. So very, very, very important, because not allowing your body to recover can lead to serious injury, which is very scary.
No, very, very serious injury. And it's like the more that you work out, the more that you exert yourself, probably honestly, the more that you need rest. So if you're really staying in those zones 3 to 4 for the most of the week, maybe you need 2 days of recovery, which is just as important. So
for sure.
So the second point there is getting sleep. And that is
funny that you're covering this topic.
That is something that I'm still trying to work on, because I have a job that requires a lot of hours after 5. So sometimes, or most of the time, I work pretty late, and then the mornings are the only time that I really have to work out. So I do prioritize, exercise a lot of the times over sleep, which,
guys, we're talking like he's done at 11, wakes up at 4 or 5.
So I have yet to do.
Crazy.
I need to do more research. And I need to understand this more. But I know that there's some balance between,
sleep is more important.
which is more important of like getting that extra hour of sleep or
Sleep.
losing that extra hour of sleep and being able to work out for a little bit. So
Y'all know my opinion.
yeah, sleep.
And y'all
I
know
will say
Justus's
sleep
opinion.
is very important. And I will say, I'm not saying that sleep is not important. I'm saying I will try to prioritize sleep when I can.
Yeah. But you also have goals.
But I also
and you
have
love
goals.
the gym. It's your only time.
Yes,
yeah,
and I love the
get that.
gym. It's like a. I don't want to say safe.
Place.
I was going to
It's a
say that.
safe
It's not,
place. It's your time to think. It's your
it's
time
my
to be
time.
creative.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I get that.
So, but sleep is very, very important. We actually have a podcast episode on sleep where we
Yeah.
kind of break down
Yeah.
nighttime routines as well as just
Love
like the
it.
benefits of sleep and what it does for your body because it has so many, brain and just body
Everything.
benefits.
100%. Your body is literally healing itself as you sleep and
Immune
get
system
into that full
benefits,
sleep.
all those things.
Everything. Like I am a sucker for sleep. If it
Yeah.
hits 10 p.m. and I'm not in bed,
Yeah,
I'm
she's
sad.
she's an old granny.
Okay, whatever. I just prioritize sleep, people. I do.
Yeah. So the next point is to drink water. That is very important throughout the day. My coach actually used to tell us that every single morning when we wake up, we need to be drinking, a glass or 16 ounces of water a day before we do anything to start your day.
So important because your body, if you think about it, you're not drinking throughout the night. And so you're super dehydrated,
Yeah.
whether you got 5 hours, whether you got 9 hours. Your body has not had any hydration. And say you were out drinking the night before and you weren't drinking water, you were only drinking alcohol. Oh my word, you're dehydrated even more. So very important. Wake up, chug some water.
Yeah.
And all of that good stuff, very, very important for you because it's also good for muscle cramps. It helps prevent that. And it just helps your body in general.
Your body's what, like 90% water or
I think
something,
so.
something crazy like that. So
Something
drinking
like
water
that.
helps you to like just still promote muscle growth, promote recovery.
Yes.
So very, very important. Stay away from those, sugary drinks and alternatives and drink water.
Yes, water is very important. Put some lemon in your water. But also, suggestion, get a water bottle with a straw. It makes you drink so much more water. It's crazy.
I got a Stanley and it helps me. And also,
I got a
honestly,
Stanley.
like, especially when you're working, getting a water bottle that's bigger is very helpful because you kind of get locked, or at least I get locked into work. So then I don't, go up and refill my water that often.
Yeah.
So having a big water bottle helps me to get a lot of more water in because I don't refill it as much as I should.
Have you seen those huge Stanley jugs?
Okay, there's a point to when there's like, okay,
I
you're
want
literally
one.
getting a camping furnace. Or
You'd
not
think I'd
furnace,
run out,
thermos.
like I'd never run out of water. I want one so bad. Okay, anyways, back on track.
Yeah.
This last important note, I am very persistent and passionate about. It is the part of recovery called stretching. It's so important. So we have dynamic stretching and we have static stretching. When you are about to go work out, you want to hit that dynamic stretching. So what is this? It is moving in a tandem motion, like you're always moving. So maybe you're in like a runner's lunge and then you shift back to straighten that leg. You're opening the hips, you're opening the hamstrings, the quads, everything. Doing that a couple times on each side. Maybe you're taking an easy twist to really open up the shoulders, open up the spine, but you're always moving. So you don't want to stay in a static stretch before you go to work out. Because when you do that, it relaxes the muscles, blah, 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 blah. You want to get the blood flowing. You want your joints to be open and loose and your body's ready to lift heavier weight.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I need to do a better job of this as well.
Yeah. You do a fine job with dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic I do. I try to. Just because with football we did dynamic warm-ups all the time. So
Yeah.
really trying to activate your body and get your muscles activated is really important, especially when you're doing explosive movements and whether that's like sprinting or whether that's like more Olympic style lifts or anything where it requires your body to do like sudden jolts, because when your bodies and your muscles are not activated, that's when you get injured. That's when you tear and pull muscles when you're not warm. So I will also stress the importance of warm-up sets as well. Along with static or dynamic warm-ups, you need to do more of like, non-weighted working up to your working set. So that may look like, if you're doing back squats, just doing the bar for 1 or 2 sets and slowly going up in weight. And kind of, just like that, like bench press, maybe starting out with lower weight, doing more reps, really like opening up your muscles, opening up your body before you get into like those deep squats, those deep bench press and things like that, because that's when you really get hurt.
Yeah, it's so important. So another way to prevent injury is this static stretching at the end, which Justus never does, ever.
That's not,
You don't.
maybe. That's not 100% True.
You're right. I'm laying a little bit.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes when I'm like, get down here and stretch with me.
Yeah. But that's just as important.
It is just as important. And it's just as important to hold the stretch for 30 seconds, because once you do that, your body goes into a relaxation phase where with each exhale, with each breath that you're taking, you can actually lean deeper into the pose that you're doing. It could be a forward fold. It could be a quad stretch. It can be literally anything, but you want to hold it, breathe into it, allow yourself to breathe into the uncomfortability, because it will actually allow you to become more flexible. Your joints will become more flexible. Your muscles will become more flexible. And that is very important for reducing injury.
Can you tell she works at a yoga studio?
I don't teach yoga though, but I am, okay, in the classes that I teach, I always have a warm up and I always have a cool down because it's so important.
Very important.
It is. And like I've been strenuously working out for a couple of years now, and knock on some wood, I haven't gotten injured. I truly believe it's because I warm up and cool down.
Yeah, you do a very good job, and you have a routine, and you're very consistent with it. So
I appreciate that.
I'll try to emulate you.
Yeah, you got this, babe. But yeah. I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. So just kind of to recap everything that we talked about over the last couple of episodes. So, and you want to get healthy, you don't know where to start. 3 key pillars: nutrition, exercise, and recovery.
Yep. So important. And within all those little sectors, you can go back and listen to it, but it's all good stuff. Sleep, water, different types of exercise, all the things.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you guys all so much for listening. If you have any questions, of course,
reach out. Pigeon, donkey.
Yeah, send a pigeon.
Send a donkey. Didn't I, or a mule? Didn't I send you? I sent Camryn a postcard when I went to the Grand Canyon, and it was delivered by a donkey.
It was. Oh wait, the donkey didn't come to my door.
Yeah, it came to your door.
Nope, the donkey didn't come to the door. The donkey took it to like the postal office or whatever.
So
from the Grand Canyon.
If you have any questions, send them our way. Otherwise, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.